In the land of Israel long ago, two armies stood at a standoff. On one hill stood the army of the Philistines, and on the other, the army of Israel. Between them, a valley stretched wide and empty, waiting for a battle to begin. From the Philistine camp stepped a warrior unlike any other. His name was Goliath. He was a giant, over 9 feet tall. His armor weighed more than most men. His sword and spear were massive. Day after day, for 40 days, he stood in that valley and shouted a challenge. "Choose a man and let him come fight me. If he wins, we will be your servants. But if I win, you serve us." Israel trembled. No one stepped forward, not even King Saul, Israel's strongest warrior. Fear gripped the entire nation. But while soldiers cowered in fear, a young shepherd named David was tending sheep far away in the hills of Bethlehem. David wasn't a soldier. He was the youngest of 8 brothers. He played the harp. He watched over sheep, but David had something no one else had: deep, unshakable faith in God. One day, David's father sent him to bring food to his older brothers at the battlefield. When David arrived, he heard Goliath's challenge, and something stirred in him. While others saw a giant, David saw a man defying the living God. He asked, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God?" His brothers told him to be quiet. They said he was arrogant and young, but David couldn't ignore what he heard. Word reached King Saul. David was brought before him and said boldly, "Let no one lose heart because of this giant. I will fight him." Saul looked at him and said, "You're just a boy. He's been a warrior since his youth." But David answered with confidence, "When I was watching my father's sheep, I fought lions and bears. The same God who delivered me from their paws will deliver me from this Philistine." So Saul gave him his armor, but it didn't fit. David took it off. He wouldn't fight with someone else's strength. He would fight with what God had given him. He walked down to the stream and chose 5 smooth stones. With his shepherd's staff in one hand and his sling in the other, David walked into the valley, alone. Goliath laughed when he saw him. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he mocked. But David stood his ground and declared, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and the whole world will know there is a God in Israel." Then David ran forward. He reached into his bag, pulled out a stone, placed it in his sling, and let it fly. The stone struck Goliath in the forehead, and the giant fell. Just like that, victory. Not with a sword, not with size, but with faith. The Philistines fled in fear. The Israelites rose up in triumph. David the shepherd boy had become a hero, not because of who he was, but because of who his God was. When you face giants, when fear stands tall and your strength feels small, remember this: God doesn't need you to be the strongest, the oldest, or the most experienced. He just needs you to trust him. David didn't defeat Goliath because he was brave. He defeated him because he believed. So whatever your giant is, fear, anxiety, addiction, insecurity, know this: with God, the battle is not yours, it is the Lord's, and the giant can fall.